The reason why your Christianity has been very porous and weak, and your claims are teeth almost unbelievable, is because of your inability to prove a point. Listen, what you experience in God is what validates your claim. When Jesus said, "You will be my witnesses," how and why has your witness been weak, a weak witness? Because you lack experiential evidences. How can you witness to something you didn't see? How can you bear witness to something you don't know? When Jesus said, "Behold, I give you power," and then he said, "Go and preach," he said, "This sign shall follow you," and he said, "You will be my witnesses." How can you be a witness to something you didn't see? You either be a false witness or a weak witness. How can you be a witness to something you don't know? The reason why your Christianity has been very porous and weak, and your claims are teeth almost unbelievable, and people are managing to cope with your ministry, and your level of acceptance is very low, because on very many areas you are being contested, is because of your inability to prove a point practically. We should come to a point where we decide, if I say it, I want to prove it. If I tell you Jesus heals, I want to show it. If I tell you Jesus saves, I want to show it. Otherwise, what are you talking about? And that is why the people in the Gospels that were called disciples, the same people, just one event turned them from disciple to apostles. The same people. A transition took place experiential in times of demonstration. And then we're now, the next book after the Gospels is Acts of the Apostles. Acts. Action. And unless Acts post-date Gospel, the Gospel simply become narratives. Stories of how Nicodemus came in the night and said something. And after he said something, then Jairus came and said his daughter was sick. And they followed him to his house and raised the daughter. And they said John died. And his sisters sent to Jesus. And Jesus came to their house. And Jesus raised Lazarus. In John chapter 11, Jesus raised Lazarus back to life. Then they said at the time Jesus was passing through Jericho, and one man was sitting by the roadside. He started shouting, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." And people were shouting him down not to disturb the service. And he shouted the more. And then Jesus said, "Bring him," and then opened his eye. And he saw. Then they said two lepers met him. You see, those are stories. And the momentum of ministry has since moved away from the narratives of the Gospels and some people are still in the Gospels. Gospels have closed. The Bible school there has closed. The principal has traveled. We are now in, and unless Acts post-date Gospel, you keep telling the stories, and a lot of ministers today are still in the stories. Excuse me. The stories have ended long time. We are now in Acts. The defect in the action and the activity in the Acts is also being highlighted in the fact that we are searching and looking and trying to asterisk and highlight certain of the disciples that we said have become apostles, and we are documenting their acts. What act have we on record for Matthew? What act have we on record for Thomas? What act have we on record? There are those who said they came away, they graduated from the school of discipleship and they coming to the apostolic. And they were disciples. We know their name. They even make a list of them in various aspects of the gospel. We got to Acts, they are missing. And became Acts of only Paul, only Peter, James, John, and certain latecomers that we didn't even know about them, people like Paul, they came later and took positions and highlighted their personality in the records. And certain people, we knew them in the school of disciples, they are missing in the Acts. Their names are not in the Acts. Where are they? And yet Pentecost came on them all together. They were in the same class. They graduated same day, but they were not in the practice. They're not in the Acts. Men and brethren, I have a lot of things to say to you this morning. And that because time is running out on us all, there is no more space for spiritual indolence. You haven't made your marks. You've not made your marks. We can't quote you. After 20 years, we cannot reference you because you are missing in the Acts. You are still in the narration of the Gospels. I'm trying to find my way to where I'm going. Looks like now I'm lost. I'm still in the primary business of trying to build your consciousness, make you angry, if I can. For as long as you look pleased the way you are, you're satisfied the way you are, there's no appetite, there's no hunger, there's no desperation. For so long you will remain the way you are. And I hear young talks of people who say, what will be, what will be. If that is the case, you shouldn't have gone to school. You should have stayed in the village and be tapping wine, because what will be, will be. See how much you invested to bring you to where you are. What have you invested to move you forward in the gospel? A friend of mine once said that there are two prices to pay in the kingdom. The price to be saved, Jesus paid. But after you are saved, listen, whatever else you become, if you become a prophet after you are saved, if you become a teacher after you are saved, if you become a seer after you are saved, whatever you become after you are saved, you are the one to pay the price. There are two prices in the kingdom. The price to get saved, you don't pay that, Jesus paid. But whatever you will become after that, you are the one to pay that. That is where the variable comes in. Why some are here, some are there, some are nowhere. What investment have you made? What have you done to yourself to move you on in the chariot? What you know makes you who you are. If you are an engineer here, it comes down to what you know. If you are a nurse here, you went to a nursing school. If you are a lawyer here, you went to law school. See what you have done to yourself to become who you are. If you are a doctor here, you went to a medical school. And what you know is what makes you who you are. Your knowledge of Christ after you have been saved is what will bring you to who you will be. And God keeps having needs of men and women. The biggest need of God is men. Creating the whole world as big and complex as He made it, and there's nobody to manage it. That's what we're talking about, managing the might of God. We have to make a man. Somebody has to manage it. God gives power and might, but that's where it ends. It doesn't help you to manage it. I can say this 100 times. God gives power, but He doesn't help you to manage it.